Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I will give you a walk around of my R32 GTR. So here is my 1989 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR, which is finally finished after 2 years of rebuilding the engine, redoing the car. So yeah, I'm glad that it's finally finished. I have the car now for several months, but actually I didn't really find time earlier to make a walk around video for you guys. So in this video I want to show you what has been done to the car, not only cosmetic wise but especially also what has been done to the engine. I want to talk a bit about how much power it's producing. I got the car now for 2.5 years, but at the beginning I couldn't really enjoy the car. The car was completely stock when I bought it. But after 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something of driving, I think I took the car out for like 2 or 3 times and only drove a few kilometers with it. I decided to give the engine a complete check before continue to enjoy it, and it immediately turned out that there was some issues going on with the turbos. There was some problem with the engine. I also had some power loss the second time I drove the car, so I wanted to be sure that everything got fixed before I continued enjoying the car. So once starting and checking what the issues were, I immediately noticed some debris in the oil when taking the oil out of the car, and after continuously checking what the issues were, it turned out that a lot of parts in the engine had been damaged by debris, by small parts. So yeah, I only had one option, and that was engine rebuild. At first my plan was to just rebuild the necessary parts, keep the car stock for the time being, but the more and the further I dig down into the engine, the more stuff that came up that had issues. So also turned out some stuff that I thought were original turned out not to be original anymore. So then I decided to do a complete rebuild, but with the power goal of around 500 horsepower. And while doing that, also do some visual upgrades to the car. As you can see, the car is lowered, has some different rims. The brakes had a small upgrade, but other than that I didn't do anything too crazy with it. I really like how these cars look in their stock form, so no extra splitters or extra diffusers or crazy spoilers or something, or a body kit. That's not really my style. I really like a clean looking car. So yeah, for me this is exactly how an R32 GTR should look. So let's go around the car and show you a bit more about what has been done to it. Let's start with the front. As you can see, the lights that are in the car aren't the typical ones with the lens. However, at first I thought these lights were the N1 lights, so I was actually really excited about having and using these lights. But it turned out they actually aren't N1 lights. It turned out that they are lights from a 4-door R32 GTR, obviously not the GTR, but like from a 4-door Skyline. How did we find out? Well, actually because the brackets to mount these lights didn't match and they didn't fit at first. So yeah, it turned out eventually that these lights are for a 4-door Skyline. But I really like the look of these lights, so that's why I decided to keep them. The paint of the car is actually in good condition. It's definitely not perfect, but it's clean, it's nice. There are a few small issues. For example, here at the back bumper, this line, yeah, appears something must have scraped it or anything, and there's some paint gone. Nothing too major. I am also currently missing the small lip that should be mounted here, but that's been ordered, so with a bit of luck that should arrive soon, so we can put that back on. I also ordered new badges for the side. I have these badges, they're actually laying in the car, but I still need to mount them. I really wanted to find a GTR badge, but for what they cost at this point, yeah, I decided to wait with that. It's not in perfect condition, mine. As you can see here, some of the chrome of GT is missing. So yeah, at one time that should be replaced. Then the exhaust. The exhaust I didn't change. It wasn't the original one anymore since I bought it. This is an Kaki Motor Racing exhaust. It sounds really great, so I decided to keep it. For the wheels, we're having some 18-inch rims sitting on 255/35 Michelin Supersport tires. Really great tires. I would definitely recommend them if you are looking to change your tires. They are very good in the rain, they are very good in the dry, having a really good amount of grip, and they are perfect to set the power of the car over on the street. The brakes also have been changed. I still had the original stock ones, but they really weren't good enough to for the amount of power that the car is currently making. Yeah, I couldn't go too crazy because here in Belgium you have something called keuring, and that means that every year your car needs to go to the inspection, a technical inspection, to make sure that your car is road legal, and we aren't allowed to really change brakes. So you can't go for a big brake kit or anything like that. You have to, let's say, stay a bit in range of what the brand offers, the original brakes, let's say Nissan and such. However, with the R33 GTR that originally has Brembo brakes, it's allowed here to then take these brakes, and so that's what I did. I took R33 GTR brakes, completely redid them. I changed the pads, the caliper, but also the brake discs. So they also have completely be redone. And now the car brakes really good. So that's actually most of the stuff cosmetic wise. Let's show you the interior. I didn't change too much to the interior for now. I like the stock seats, I like how it looks. The only thing I did change is the steering wheel. I chose a Nardi steering wheel, as you obviously often see in these kind of cars. But yeah, they feel really good, works really good, and I just like how it looks, how it feels. So that's why. The car currently has around 101,000 kilometers. I bought the car when it had 99,000 kilometers, actually very close to 100,000 kilometers. So actually it has only 2,000 kilometers since I bought it. Here are the badges that I still need to mount on the side that I spoke about earlier. So still need to do that. The gearbox is still the original 5-speed gearbox. I actually thought about getting an R34 gearbox, 6-speed, but with the prices currently of like 10,000, 12,000 euro, it's yeah, I didn't really see the point of spending that amount of money for a 6-speed gearbox. Of course, it makes a big difference, but for now I'm happy with the 5-speed. It drives really good. It's really great. I like how long these gears are, so yeah, I'm not thinking about changing that for the time being. So the gearbox is original, but I did change the clutch. The clutch is an OS Geiken clutch. It's a really great clutch. If you're looking to change your clutch, then I would definitely recommend OS Geiken. They are really good, really strong, definitely can handle a lot of power. So yeah, you can't go wrong with it, and also it feels really comfortable. It drives really smooth, so you really can't go wrong with going for an OS Geiken one. Now let me show you the engine. So here is the heart of the car, the engine, the RB26. So as you can see, the engine has been redone completely. The pistons are CP pistons. I went for manly rods. The crankshaft has been refurbished. We also had to change the camshafts. I went for HKS camshafts. The car is currently producing 580 horsepower at the wheels. It's more than what I was aiming for, but I'm actually glad it's making that amount of power. It's so much fun to drive. It's crazy, and especially with the GTR being a four-wheel drive car. It's yeah, it's epic how good this car delivers the power to the ground. So what else has been done to this engine? Well, as you can clearly see, the turbo has been changed. So the original twin turbos that were inside, I got rid of them. First of all, yeah, they weren't in the best condition anymore. My original plan, as mentioned earlier, was to keep the car quite stock. So at first I actually bought already two turbos to replace the original ones. However, after doing some research, also talking to the tuner who did my car, I just realized that going for a big single is much better. Not necessarily much better, but let's say gives several benefits compared to the twin turbo setup. So yeah, and also a very big argument for me was the sound. The sound of these things, it's just amazing. So yeah, I decided to go the extra mile and change the turbo to a big single one. The turbo itself, it's a Borg Warner turbo. It's an Borg Warner, if I'm not mistaken, the 200SX. I must say, I just let my tuner decide which one to go for. This is a turbo that he works with very often when he redoes an RB26, and so yeah, that's actually why I chose it. And it's a really good good turbo for this car. The fun part is it spools quick. It already comes up around 3,500 to 4,000 RPM. So you don't have lag. The power comes quick, and the car just keeps on going. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how fast and how quick this car is going. It's awesome. Another thing you can see here is the trigger kit. I went for a Ross Performance trigger kit. I often see people not changing that when they're doing an engine rebuild, but I decided to change it, especially again because my tuner advised to do it. It has a big influence, especially when you tune the car to get it perfect. It reads the engine way better than the original one. It's way more reliable. It's actually a really good idea to upgrade it. Down here I also added the harmonic damper. The radiator has been changed. Provided an oil catch can here on the left. As you can see, the battery is gone. We actually moved that to the trunk of the car. Also decided to go for an oil relocation kit. It's much easier. Injectors have been changed. Coil packs, as you can see, the original small module that's hanging there back is gone. I went for a standalone Link ECU, the G4 Plus, and the coil packs have been upgraded to an R35 GTR coil packs. What else we have? Well, the ABS has been deleted. Should normally be there, so that was deleted. Also the airco has been deleted. The whole setup thrown out of the car. Reason simply because we wanted to be sure that the car gets its cooling as good as possible. A lot of the wiring has been redone. We did a lot of cleaning of the car. As you can see, I also repainted the covers of the car. At first I thought to do something that really catches the eye, but again, I like clean, I like simple, and I actually went for the same color of the car. So and I really think it fits well. It's really beautiful. It's not too obvious, especially again here in Belgium when you need to go to the technical control and they open the hood and they would see a lot of bling bling and craziness. Yeah, not that that thing isn't too crazy, but still. Yeah, the more or the less, let's say, the less attention this thing takes, the better. But I really like how it looks, how it matches. Yeah. What's very cool about this car is the VIN number. Check it out. 666, the number of the beast. This really is a beast. So yeah, the VIN number definitely suits this thing. So guys, this was the walk around of my Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm sorry that I didn't include any driving footage for now. I still need to figure out how to mount my camera in the best possible way in the car, because yeah, for the time being it keeps falling down. So sorry about that, but hopefully in the next video I can provide some nice sounding RB26 sound. Cheers!
In my bed clothes, asking questions. All my friends are fake. Whoa. Durag activity. Durag activity. Durag activity. Durag activity.
Your energy is 666 and minus plus.